Here I am hiking on the Sounds of Silence trail. It's going along a dry wash here. I'm up on the hill a little bit. Earlier in the hike I was actually walking down that dry wash. That's real pretty up here. Some interesting rocks. I don't have a trail guide, so I don't know what the little markers say, but I'm gonna get one when I get back, just so I can see what I missed or where I've been, etc., etc. It's really pretty nice out here. I've only ran into one person, and that was about it. So I'll check in later. Now we're back down in the wash, walking along. Just typical, nice, easy hike through the desert. But yeah, it's not real hot. It's still pretty early. It's, I don't know, maybe about 10:30 or so. But all is good, so no problems. Check in later. Here I just turned off the dry gulch or dry wash. I'm going up through a little cut in the mud here, whatever. That's kind of interesting, but still fairly easy hike, no worries. Everything's looking good. Check in later. Okay, finally out of that little canyon. So far that's been the hottest part of the hike. Goes down in those little, you know, crevice or ravine, whatever they would be called. It's there's no airflow, so it's pretty warm. So this is, I've just got to the top and looking around. I think that little area there in the center here is where I just finished coming up, weaving back and forth through there, and probably way down there. It's been a little bit of a hike, but now we're on the top again and we're gonna continue on. I'll check in a little later. Bye. Hey, I'm hiking along the top of this butte, and I'm looking to the south up near the roads over there in that valley just on this side. And it looks like right up here the trail starts going down again, so I guess, I don't know, I should probably be a little bit more than halfway. Maybe a little bit more or less. I've saw a lot of antelope, I'm assuming, pellets here. I haven't seen one on the hike, but we've seen them while we've been driving around. So anyway, beautiful scenery. Everything's, you know, going good. Much better up here in the breeze. I'll check in later. Alright, still hiking across the top of the butte. It's gradually winding its way down. And here I am going downhill now. Been crossing several ravines. So we'll see. Still, I'm thinking I'm pretty close to 3/4 of the way through. So we'll see how that goes. I'll check in later. Okay, now the trail splits. The trail going down there goes over to, I think it's called Split Mountain. And the trail I'm on here goes up and over the hill. And ran into a couple other people who are taking the same hike as me. So anyway, we're on the way, about the 3/4 point right here. So I'll check in later. Okay, definitely going uphill here. But, well, it's not serious yet. And it's only a little after 11. It's not real hot. So, I'm proceeding on up the pass. Check in a little bit. Right here I am scrambling down the side just like a billy goat. So, got a little steep in spots, but no, it's not bad. I'm being careful so I don't fall down here and bust my butt. But, on our way down. And the trail winds down. And then, down there's the intersection. And here we are climbing back over another hill. A lot of ups and downs. It's like mostly mud, stone, or some kind of reddish rock. But we're making it. Way does the trail go from here? Oh, there's another sign down there. Okay. I'm still on the road. I'll check in a little bit. And now I'm coming back down into another little wash. Some trees and little shrubs in here. Making my way back down to the trailhead. It's not real difficult walking. These spots are steep, but for the most part, it's not a problem. Check in a little bit. It's actually pretty cool temperature-wise in here from the under the shade of the trees here. Looking up the side where the trail's running through here. Basically just right down a little ravine. Kind of stand here in the shade for a few minutes while I do the picture taking. And we'll start off back down the trail here. And it's really pretty nice hike. It's real pretty. Alright, now I'll check in a little bit. Okay, here we are. Trail goes across the rocks. They got little markers here so you can see where you're supposed to go. This is really cool. This is all fossilized sand dunes. You can see the layering of it. It's pretty cool. I don't really feel like hiking all the way up to the top, so I'll proceed down slope here. It's really interesting stuff. Wish I had my geologist with me to explain all this to me, but yeah, everything's proceeding. So they're getting there. Okay, I can see the road over here. Oh, not very far to go. Alright, I'll check in a little bit. Okay, here we are. Still proceeding downhill. A lot of this interesting geology here. Got the trail pretty well marked, plus there's a lot of footprints where it's sandy so you can tell where to go, and then when there's rock they have little markers so you can find your way. Oops. I think I'm supposed to go this way. Okay, yeah, anyway. I'm proceeding along. And yeah, here's some more footprints. Okay. Looks like I go down through here. Alright, see the trail down there. Okay, very good. I'll check in again later. So far, this has been the most difficult part of the trail. It's pretty steep here. A lot of rocks and stuff, and you know, kind of trail goes down through there, so that's the way I gotta go. I'm working on it. Lots of, you know, rocks around here. Really pretty cool. Alright, now I'll check in a little bit. Okay, got through the hardest part of the steep downhill so far anyway. And we're just kind of coming across a little sandy area. Rocks in between here, but no problem. Trail's marked. With any luck, I don't have far to go. Alright, check in later. Okay, here we are walking down the trail. This is pretty easy. Just meandering back and forth through the hills here. You know, of course, rock. There's a lot of sand. Guess you get that when you got fossilized sand dunes. Eventually they break down. But nice easy walk. No worries. I think I just about made it. Alright, check in a little bit. Still proceeding down a little dry wash here. We made a little side trip up where this originates. Maybe it crossed the original trail somewhere, but if it did, it was a lot further up than I felt like walking, so I just decided to head on back down towards the trailhead. So Still wandering around. I'll check in a little bit. There, I just rounded the bend. There's a nice little shady area here. Who says there's no shade on the trail? But I'm still working my way on down. I'm almost back, so I'm not gonna stop. That'd be a nice place to stop and take a little breather, drink a little water, and before you continue on down. All right, check in later. Still heading down the trail. I came across quite a few little, there's a lot of wildflowers in this area. And some other kinds of little plant. I'm not sure what it is. Kind of almost, I can't think of the name of it right now, but a little pointy type of sticker plant or whatever. The fronds are fairly stiff, so it'd point you and stick you. But a lot of that down here. So I'm kind of winding my way back. A lot of stuff to look at, so I spend a lot of time stopping and checking things out and taking pictures and shooting videos so everybody can enjoy it with me. Alright, I'm gonna head on down the trail. I can see the road from here. I just saw a car drive by, so I'm almost there. Check it in later. And I finally made it back. I'm almost back to the road. You can see my truck sitting over here. I just joined the part of the trail that goes in and splits off. I just joined the main trail. So okay, I'm back. So this is it. End of the narration. Bye. Can't remember if I shot video before I headed down the trail, so I'll get a little quick one here by the road. As you can hear cars going by, and the trail goes back into those rocks. Alright, I'm out of here.